the league is a different place as far as the rules on smoking now.
Oh, yeah.
What the program looks like now, what Dr. Brown's office and what they go through now is a lot different than what it was whenever, we were in the league. Obviously you got to follow the rules. You got to do what you have to do to try and get on the field and make yourself available. Something that was extremely hard for both of us. You for sure have spent more time with Dr. Brown than anybody that has ever gone through the NFL.
Played in the league, bro, no doubt. It's documented. I'm a case study, I guess, in some book. I don't even know the name of the book, but bro, I've taken more drug tests than everybody times 100.
When you fail a drug test in the NFL, they put you in the program pretty much where they just like test you more, but they give you one more opportunity for the most part, right? And I'll never forget mine. Shout out to Dwayne Bowe, 2015 in Cleveland. On my birthday, we went out, and he mixed up some lean, a couple cups of lean. And of course, I didn't think they would test me the day after my birthday. I come in like December 7th, yada, yada, fail my second, test for promethazine. It's hilarious to even think about. But after that, it gets really, really strict. And that's when change in location comes into your life.
God,
and there's a contact, and anybody who's we're still both a little traumatized about this, but change in location is pretty much a contact you put in your phone, and you call a number. And let's say the season ends for the Browns. That's always after week 16. Sorry, Cleveland. It's just true. So, you start planning your off season where you're going to go train. For me, I was coming back to Texas to see my family. So, I remember having like a 6 a.m. flight the day after exit meetings, and woke up late, get in my seat, pass out, wake up in Dallas, and, my phone's ringing like crazy, changing location. And I just remember at that moment, I was like, shit, I didn't call this morning. I didn't call and let them know. And you have to call before you leave. For example, on this trip, it would be like call 9 p.m. the night before. You tell them, hey, I'm on American Airlines flight 791, leaving Cleveland at 6 a.m., landing in Dallas at 8:30. And I will be going from the airport to this address, wherever in Tyler, Texas, and I will be there for this many days. And if you decide, hey, I want to go to Dallas for, a night, right, during that period, you have to call the number, let them know what hotel you're at, time you're going to be there. And it's pretty much, wherever you are at all times, no matter what, you have to call this number and let them know where you're going to be at, and they're going to pull up on you. It's some
probation.
They're going to pull up on you. And there is a guy that was in the NFL, a very good player, and he was in the program. We won't name names. I love you. You know who you are. There was a really off the map place in like South America that you could change your location to where the NFL couldn't get to with their drug testers. So probably, 20% of the guys in the league in the offseason would do their offseason training down here. That is until you pull up at a sporting event in the United States while you're supposed to be somewhere else out of the country. So after that, it got a lot more strict, but this is pretty much what the NFL drug testing program looks like. Prize Picks is America's #1 sports pick app. Holiday football season is upon us, and there's no better time to join than now. To make a lineup, all you have to do is pick more or less on a few player stats. That's it. Plus, Prize Picks will give you $50 in lineups when you play your first $5 lineup. Win or lose, you'll get $50 in lineup. Use promo code Johnny when you download the app and sign up today. You can also follow me on the app, get my picks in real time, and see who your friends are picking in your feed. Prize Picks. It's good to be right. At the point of time in my life, I didn't have a chance in hell of getting around that and just following the rules. You know, you really
not a chance, bro. I mean, not nobody's ever really tell you that. I mean, because the amount of access and resource we have as like, you know, young 20, 21-year-olds, whatever the age may be, the lifestyle, like, and the structure involved, it doesn't go hand in hand. Like even the regular football, we're coming back at 4. The football season, we're coming back at 4 or 5 in the morning. You know, we're waiting for a drug tester even during the season. Excuse me, my bad. During the season to come test you. You know, so on a plane, wherever. So
I think
it's.
I think you look at it and like I have a lot of respect for the guys, for the Jordan Poyers, for the Darren Wallers, for the Max Crosbys, for the guys who, you know, their reasoning for doing it is to get you to change your life, right? Yeah, to get you to see a cleaner side of life, to get your life together, and really and honestly, truly get you sober. For some people, that's easier. It's always going to be a struggle from a person who loves the side of the party and of the drug and alcohol use. Like it's always going to, you know, be tough. But, you know, I have so much respect for the guys who have done it and have, you know, got their life together in that way and were able to continue to go on and get new contracts and like be able to get on the field and be available because, you know, it's tough. And me and you, we're guys who struggle with it a little bit more than most. You look at it now and in the studies of what, you know, marijuana does for the recovery of your body, for your mind, for your ability to be able to relax with so much stress going on and stuff. And, you know, luckily the NFL has changed their stance on it a little bit, but we were definitely involved in a time where, you know, it was strict as it could have ever possibly been.
It was just the times, man. I was talking to Ricky Williams a little while ago. He had it even worse, man. These older guys had it even, you know, yeah. So, yeah, crossing over like at that bridge of mental health, that like kind of that awaken period of how trying to, you know, map that out for professionals, not only athletes, but how do people go to work, you know, with not knowing they're undiagnosed and, you know, might have some episode and then need some medication, whatever the case may be. And it's a simple fix, you know, but you'd have to walk through it or, you know,
do you think they helped you? Do you think they helped you with that? As far as like finding some things on the mental health side of where it like shifted from the, you know, you have your drug and alcohol part of the program, but you also have a side of where they get you to people to speak to and you can really take a look at, you know, you may as well, if you're going into these situations, at least for me, you know, I was very honest about it. You know, I was very honest about what I struggled with, you know, what was going on in my brain and what it was to be able to try and, you know, learn more about myself because it's coming into the league at 21, 22 years old. You don't know shit about yourself or how your brain works or anything like that.
Because that's the big difference for me. That's what it took me 5 times to go to rehab, you know, to get like, I was telling the truth, like in pieces and saying, all right, I'm going to just do this. That's what they want me to do. Jump through some hoops for 30, 60 days, come back. You know, all they care about is fucking football anyway. So that's what I'm thinking, right? So they're like, no, we actually want you to be a better person, right? And making some money on the side, you know? So, you know, as we take money from you for failing these drug tests. So I was conflicted, right? Like, is it good for me or is it like, you know, is it punitive or is it healthy for me? Because, you know, I keep running through the same old rut. But eventually I had to kind of like get past it and say, the hell with how it looks on the outside. Like, all right, well, we're here now. I'm going to take advantage of it. Give me all your books on psychology, cognitive behavioral therapy, dialectal behavioral therapy, and just nerd out on all these weird, you know, philosophers.
Things that didn't make any sense
deep
to
dive
you,
into metaphysics and you're in religion and yeah, bro. Yeah, you'll be smudging and yeah, it's peaceful as hell, man. You know, you'll get there eventually, but it's in the doing. Like you really got to commit and just say, all right, well, I'm gonna master this too, just same like you did football, and then. But by the time I was done. By the time I kind of figured it out. So. Yeah.